Come, we need to talk. So you're a citizen now. Well done. I heard something about a constable tossing people down sewer drains. Even in this shrine to knowledge, drooling idiots bumble their way to power. Ludicrous. Moving on. I require your services once more.
What do you need?
It's Sotha's seal. Shortly after you and I parted company, I sought him out to discuss our Daedric artifact. I fear something is askew. His habits, his diction, the timbre of his voice, they've all changed, albeit subtly.
You think something is wrong with him?
Worse. Initially, I dismissed it as boredom, fatigue, or even the first signs of senility. But now, after observing him at length, I can say with certainty, this is not the Sotha seal I know. There's Daedric mischief here. We will root it out.
How do we go about doing that?
We will leverage your hard-earned citizenship to make inquiries. First, I will make it known that in light of your recent exploits, I offered to take you on as my aide, an offer you eagerly accepted.
Fine. How does me becoming your aide help us investigate Zothar's seal?
As the most powerful mage in the Brast Fortress, I find it difficult to have proper conversations with common folk. They grow silent at my approach, then whisper as I leave. An appropriate, but sadly uninformative, display of deference.
So you want me to talk to the other aides?
Indeed. It's commonly understood that servants grumble about their masters, loudly, to those they consider equals. Ask them about Sotha Seal's recent behavior. I'm confident we'll find something of value tucked away in their churlish complaints.
All right, I'll talk to the other aides.
You have questions, of course. Ask what you must. The forces at work here are cunning indeed. You should be prepared for anything.
I thought no one really knew Zothar's seal. How can you be sure something is wrong?
He is inscrutable, but he's also unflinching. Seal always moves deliberately, quietly, and one step at a time, like clockwork. I have never once seen him divert from his course, until now.
How has he diverted?
In the short time we've been here, he has twice adjusted city patrol routes and delivered 3 revisions to the fortress charter. Trust me when I say this is unprecedented. Sotha Seal never meddles like this.
Has he made any other changes?
That's for you to discover. Don't bother speaking with members of the Congress. Varuni's faith in Sotha Seal is unbreakable. Chancellor Gascoigne resents any threat to the status quo. And Luciana, well, let's just say she's been less than helpful.
What can you tell me about the others in Zothar's Seal's circle?
Well, you've met Varuni. She's pleasant, without being vapid or boring. Then again, her doe-eyed faith in Sotha Seal turns my stomach. I find religious attachments repulsive. My thoughts on Luciana are well known. As for Gascoigne...
Who is Gascoigne?
Gascoigne serves as Chancellor. He commands respect, but suffers from the peculiar character flaw of demanding praise at all times. Adulation. A sad fixation indeed. He holds great power, but it's his petty obsessions that make him dangerous. Be wary.
Is Proctor Luciana still insisting you leave the city?
Luciana resents my presence, but she's no fool. I go where I please, when I please. An open confrontation between us would likely leave hundreds dead. So do not trouble yourself. She will not stand in the way of our investigation.
you're Lord Fear's newest steward, huh? Can we talk later? If I don't finish this lamp inventory, Gascon will feed me to the fabricants.
Lamp inventory.
Yeah, Gascon must know how much I love doing paperwork. A few days ago, Seht the Seal ordered us to rip out all the lamps in here and replace them with less efficient ones. What kind of sense does that make? Who wants weaker lamps?
What are you doing with the old lamps?
A bunch of factotums loaded them onto a dolly and dumped them somewhere in the mechanical fundament. Hey, I know that look. If you're looking to poach a free lamp, don't bother. Gascon made us slag them all. And that's not even the worst part.
What's the worst part?
Half the old switches don't work with the new lamp, so we've had to manufacture new switches, and half the time the switches get installed backwards, which means we have to do it all over again. Even the factotums don't know what they're doing.
Yes. That sounds frustrating, but...
And don't even get me started on the lamp assembly. Seht the Seal could have turned the fabricators to make the new lamps with a flick of his finger, but he demanded that we do it instead. Do you have any idea how complex the fabricators are?
I don't. But I really have to go. Good luck.
So you're Devathir's new auxiliary, eh? Tough luck, friend. I've heard he's an insufferable bastard, but at least he's not Seht the Seal. Better to be turned into a guar than to serve the Clockwork god.
You don't like working for Zothar Seal?
Not anymore. In the old days, sure. He was easy to please because he was never around. These days, he changes his mind about something every night. Constant meetings, new dictums daily, adjustments to factotum patrols. It's a nightmare.
Are you sure he hasn't always been this way? You said he was never around.
Trust me, this is unprecedented. I'm afraid something's wrong with his enhancements. Like he's having trouble regulating. He's a different person, I swear. Don't tell anyone I said this, especially Gascon. Blasphemy doesn't go over well nowadays.
Blasphemy?
Yes. Speaking ill of a god never turns out well. In the old days, he'd take it in stride. Commit your small blasphemies, he'd say. The fire of doubt turns ignorance to steam. But not anymore. This place is becoming more like Mournhold every day.
Sorry to hear that. I should get going.
Right. I'm sure you have plenty of work to do for Lord Fear. He's back a few days and already burying you in paperwork, no doubt. Take care of yourself, friend.
So you're the one Devath tapped to be his aide in the Brass Fortress. Sorry to hear that. Provost Varuni's ancestors hail from House Telvanni, just like Lord Fear. But honestly, they couldn't be more different.
What's it like working for Provost Veroni?
Not as bad as you might expect. She's young, youth comes with impatience, but I've never felt unfairly judged, and she's generous with her praise. Honestly, if I had the choice between serving Varuni or Seht the Seal, I'd take Varuni every time.
Zothar Seal is difficult to work for?
Now more than ever. I don't pretend to understand his motives, but he's never been so demanding. One example? He insists that we turn all the lights down before he enters a room. Do you have any idea how difficult that is? It's maddening!
Is flipping switches that difficult?
Huh, flipping switches. That's rich. Each lamp has its own switch, and some lamps have multiple switches. And if that isn't bad enough, some switches control multiple lamps. He's a god, I know, but it shouldn't take a genius to turn on the lights.
That sounds frustrating.
Don't even get me started. Varuni might demand some obscure tome in the middle of the night or chide someone for leaving oil on the floor, but that's the worst of it. Seht the Seal exiled an auxiliary last week because she forgot to switch off a lamp.
Thanks for letting me know all that. I should get going.
Right, don't let me keep you. I can't imagine how demanding Devath must be. Better you than me, that's for sure. Keep your nose to the cogs and you'll be fine. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm off to flip 24 switches. Again.
Were you treated well by the menials? I assume they battered you with complaints. What have you learned?
Zothar Seal is definitely behaving strangely. He made lots of odd demands.
Yes, well, I could have told you that. That's why I sent you here after all. What kinds of demands? Be specific.
He makes the servants darken the rooms before he enters and demanded that some lamps be replaced.
The lamps in the locutorium, yes? The large assembly room over there? The auxiliaries and factotums have been laboring in there day and night ever since we arrived. Curious. What could lights have to do with this? Well, there's only one way to find out.
Expose him to light.
Impressive. I assumed I'd have to explain it to you. Of course, this requires a functional lamp. I assume he ordered them destroyed. Speak to that high elf of yours, Neramo. The dark elf as well. We need one of these lamps, repaired and operable.
All right, I'll go find Niramo and Raina.
I hope to see you again, Assistant. Pray tell, what did Devaith Fear have to say? I fear that he and I might have gotten off to a poor start. Did he ask about me? Any mention of my many exploits?
Actually, Devaith wants you and Raina to help me with an important task.
Raynor? Surely this is something I can handle myself. Impressing Devaith Fear could greatly increase my standing in the Dwemer scholarly community. Tell me, what does Lord Fear ask of me? Us?
He wants us building a lamp, one that is identical to the lamps removed from the Loctorium.
He just wants us to build a lamp? What an odd request. No matter. I would be happy to offer my ample expertise, provided you let Devaith Fear know that I did so. First things first, I need to study one of the lamps we're supposed to recreate.
An aide told me they tossed the old lamps into the fundament. We should start there.
Some kind of tubular housing. Probably meant to protect a glass interior? Difficult to say. A complex filament of some kind. The weaving on this fiber, it must be machine-made. I should be taking notes. Some kind of compressor. For funneling a gas, perhaps? Interesting. Look at the apertures on this. It must be some kind of modulator that changes the nature of the light. Fascinating. Compressors, filaments, housings, modulators. Yes! I think I understand what these discarded lights have in common.
I am listening.
Unlike the other lamps, These compress some kind of geodic gas into metal tubes, then modulate the light to create another kind of illumination that mortal eyes cannot see. Invisible light! Remarkable! The potential applications are limitless.
So, can you recreate one of these lights?
Yes. With Rayna's assistance, I believe we can recreate this lamp without much difficulty. Of course, you'll need to procure the requisite parts. These are all broken beyond repair. What do you plan to do with this light, exactly?
We plan to use it on Zothar Seal. I'm not exactly sure what will happen.
You plan to do what? Oh dear. Well, this seems like a terrible idea, but I shall rely upon you and Lord Fear to protect me. Here's a list of the components I'll need. Once you've acquired them, meet me in the Hall of Refined Techniques. Good luck.
You too. I need that sky shard. Here goes nothing.
Now there's the look of someone on the hunt for something specific. You've come to the right place, friend. I've got a bit of everything. What can I get you?
Do you have any lamp tubes like the ones in the Loctorium?
As a matter of fact, I acquired some of those just a few days ago. Apparently, someone's tossing out the old lighting to make way for the new. They're not easy to come by anymore, though. What's your offer?
Will this be enough?
It's a bit less than I'd prefer, but if that's all you can afford, I'm a reasonable woman. We'll consider this a down payment on future business. Come see me again sometime, all right?
Ah, you've returned! Excellent! Raynor and I have cobbled together a serviceable frame for the lamp. All we need now are the components I sent you to acquire. Were you successful?
Here's everything that was on your list.
Wonderful! I'm confident this lamp will conform to the exact specifications of the lamps they removed, provided Raynor didn't make any miscalculations. So, would this be the time to inform the Fear of our success? Or mine, specifically?
Yes, I'll let them know. We'll be ready soon.
Excellent, excellent! No need to return here, of course. Kirith should be back straight away, and I'll have her run the completed lamp over to the locutorium as soon as it's ready. See you soon, assistant!
See you soon.
You have no right to treat me like this. I'm a member of House Lalu, and I demand to speak to someone.
Your house. Ah, yes, I remember. The great houses.
Ah, I was beginning to worry. Not about you, of course. These apostles have been circling me like cliff racers. Looking for an autograph, no doubt. So tiresome. I take it you were successful in learning about these lights and constructing a new one?
Yes, Nearamo and Raynor constructed a working lamp. Kireth will deliver it soon.
Well done. I assume you discovered the special property of these lamps. Why does my dear friend Seal go to such lengths to avoid them?
Nearamo believes they emit some kind of invisible light.
Invisible light? Fascinating. To help with factotum navigation, perhaps? Huh. No matter. Further inquiry must wait. Now is the time for action. I will request a congressional assembly. Plant your lamp on the balcony above, then return to me.
All right, I'll get the lamp into position on the balcony.
Did you say something about putting the lamp on the balcony? We might have a problem. Raynor and that annoying high elf finished your lamp, but there's a problem. On the way here, I overheard an aide complaining about some new security measures Sotha Seal put in place. Looks like the balcony is under heavy guard now.
So, I have to sneak past guards to get the lamp into position.
Looks that way, unless you want blood on your hands, of course. But that might complicate our sponsorship a smidge, yeah? Just be quick and quiet, like me. You'll be fine. Here's the lamp, good luck.
Thanks for the warning.
What do you want?
Dreaming. Familiar embrace.
This is never going to end, is it?
I convinced Sotha Seal that the Congress requires yet another lecture on the sanctity of clockwork automata. He eagerly agreed. Seemed almost giddy about it. It was unsettling. Is all in readiness?
Yes, I placed the lamp. Everything is prepared.
Good. Seal's lecture should begin any moment now. Stand ready to activate the lamp. I'm reasonably certain that something will happen, but the specifics elude me. I guess this is what uncertainty feels like. What a novel change of pace.
Serve as an extension of my divine will. Accost them, and you accost me. In the past, I have encouraged a child's curiosity and accepted minor blasphemies. But my generosity has limits. Know this. Any servant of the Clockwork God found tinkering with factotums shall face severe sanction.
What is that? What's happening?
After him! Someone seize that imposter!
I am the Clockwork God. You will kneel before me. Kneel!
I haven't the time to discuss this, Varuni. Wittingly or unwittingly, Lord Set no longer serves the people of Clockwork City. Now, if you will excuse me.
Gascon, where are you going? When news of this gets out, we need to issue a statement or at least gather the Congress for an emergency session.
I have urgent matters to attend to. Make whatever statement you like. I will return soon.
Well, that was enlightening. To think I've been speaking to Sotha Seal's shadow all this time. It seems so lifelike. Far more advanced than my own, I'm sorry to say. Fascinating. It really is too bad we'll all be dead soon.
What? Dead how?
Well, I don't mean to alarm you, but I will be frank. If an impostor sits upon the throne aligned and learns how to wield the power of this place, a cataclysm will follow. We may yet discover a way to avert this disaster, but the chances are slim.
So what do we do?
Stay with Varuni. With Sotha Sil exposed as an impostor, the Congress will fall into turmoil. In such chaos, dark truths always float to the surface. Pray they do so quickly. I have other inquiries to make. Stay vigilant. We will meet again soon.
Take care of yourself.
My dear Lord Seht, what happened to you? I can scarcely believe what we just witnessed. How could this happen? How could a shadow masquerade as Lord Seht? The Father of Mysteries would never let such a thing happen. There must be another explanation.
Devaithfir knew something was wrong with Sotha Sil. We had to determine the cause.
Fear, of course. Always the iconoclast. I'll bet he's snickering at us even now. It doesn't matter. I appreciate your diligence. This has been a profoundly upsetting ordeal, but we must move forward. We must find the real Lord Seht.
Seems like Chancellor Gascoigne has worries of his own.
Yes. He was acting strangely, wasn't he? He always chafed under Lord Set's rule. Now he finally has a pretext to seize control, and he slinks away like a broken basilisk. Curious. Too curious.
What do you suggest we do?
The real Lord Seht will aid us eventually, I know it. In the meantime, we must do for ourselves. Thank you for everything you've done. It appears we'll have to do a lot more before this is through. Classic Gascoigne, fleeing to his chambers when things go poorly. I'm sure that news of Lord Set's condition has already made it to the streets. We have to move quickly to prevent a panic.
What can I do?
Try to talk to Gascoigne. He clearly doesn't care what I have to say, but he might listen to an exodromal. You remain, a novelty. No offense. We can't assemble the Congress without the Chancellor.
All right, I'll find him. Where should I look?
Check his rectory in the west wing of the Basilica. He hides in there sometimes to nurse a bruised ego or write passive-aggressive memoranda. I'll try to settle the Apostle's nerves. Honestly, my nerves could use some settling.
I will check Gascoigne's rectory.
Don't let Gascoigne wriggle out of this. He has a duty and an obligation, as do I.
Are you all right?
What? Yes. Yes, I'll be fine. This makes no sense.
What makes no sense?
I don't understand how a shadow could take Lord Set's place. Maybe this is some sort of test. But why test us? The Clockwork apostles haven't strayed. We build and pray and experiment just as the holy texts dictate.
You don't think it's possible that Sotha Sil could be compromised?
Compromised? You make it sound as if Lord Seht suffers some kind of defect, like a crimped duct or a stripped bolt or something. We're talking about a divine being. Gods can't be compromised. They exist without flaws. Right?
It might not be that simple.
Do you know what the sermons say? Complexity belies the truth. The world rests on simple principles. Seht is the truth and the light. Understand the simple, and you understand the obscure. I do appreciate your candor. Let's pick this up again later.
Where did you hide it, you worm?
Fellow apostles, a matter of no small import recently came to my attention, and I must attend to it forthwith. I apologize for any disruption my brief absence might cause. Please refer any urgent questions to my aid. There is no need for alarm. Everything is fine. Please carry on in a manner befitting your station. Yours in faith, G.
There you are. The factotums reported a strange energy signature in Gascoigne's rectory. Did you find anything odd in there?
Yes, I found a creature in Gascoigne's office. Some kind of Daedra, a pale woman by the looks of it.
Sounds like a nocturnal shrike. By the gears, how did that thing make it past our security coils? Is Gascoigne...
dead? I don't know yet. He left this note.
Not suspicious at all, is it? A sudden departure followed by a Daedra attack.
We won't know until we find him.
You're right. I knew Gascoigne was a conceited sluggard, but consorting with Daedra? I pray it's not true. We need to discover what he has that the Daedra covet. Proctor Luciana might be able to organize a search. She just left to disperse a crowd.
All right, I'll go talk to Luciana.
I hope you catch Gascoigne soon. We need to know what he knows immediately.
Does Gascoigne own birds?
Birds? Not that I'm aware of. He might be tinkering with some kind of avian automaton, but he rarely discusses that sort of thing with me. Why do you ask?
I saw black feathers all over his office.
Wait, feathers? From a live bird?
Yes. Is that unusual?
Unprecedented. As far as I know, no living bird has ever set foot, or wing, in Clockwork City. And even if they did, they wouldn't last long. Not a lot of worms crawling around here. They do eat worms, right?
Some. Anyway, it looks like the end of that streak.
Fascinating. I've always wanted to see one. Under better circumstances, of course. I'll notify our naturalists once we resolve this situation with Gascoigne.
Do you have any idea where Gascoigne might have gone?
I'm afraid not. Gascoigne keeps his own counsel about what he does outside the Basilica. He spent a few days out in the Radius last month, but that's hardly unusual. Apostles conduct research outside the fortress all the time.
Do you know what kind of things he tends to study?
Mathematics mostly, predictive theory, spherical values, virtuous enumeration, that sort of thing. He just published a dissertation on transdimensional calculation, making inferences on how numbers change during planar travel. Impressive work.
How so?
The specificity of his calculations just boggles the mind. It's almost as if he had access to a planar rift. Oh no.
The Shrike. You think he might be studying a Daedric portal?
I don't want to even consider it. Not until we have proof. I knew this wouldn't end well.
I'm not here to speculate on Lord Seht's whereabouts. I'm here to clear the square.
You don't know, do you? I knew it! This is a disaster!
If you want to panic, do so in your own homes, not in the public square. Now disperse, or be dispersed. Get them moving.
You heard the Proctor. Return to your homes.
If you're looking for Lord Seht, I don't know where he is. I will find out, though. Count on it.
I'm not here to discuss Sothar Seal. It's Gascoigne.
Gascoigne? What has he done now? I can't keep up with the complaints.
He is missing.
Good. Maybe a fabricant ate him. Our luck has to change at some point.
He might be consorting with Daedra. I found a nocturnal shrike in his office and this odd note.
So, he finally graduated from corrupt hobbyist to professional villain. I'm almost relieved. Now we can finally give him what he deserves. I assume you informed your sponsor, Provost Varuni?
Yes, she wants you to organize a citywide search so we can bring him in for questioning.
A citywide search? I can't spare enough apostles to search a broom closet. Reports are flooding in from the radius. Stories about fanatics in black robes, pale-skinned Daedra, living shadows. We may have a full-scale invasion on our hands.
Can you spare anything to help?
I have one asset I can spare. I know an artificer, Dalamar. He takes some getting used to, but you won't find a better tinkerer. He can help you find Gascon, guaranteed. Go talk to him. He set up shop near the tenements. Slagtown.
All right, I'll go and talk to Dalamar.
I knew that slag-addled piece of garbage Gascon would turn on us eventually. We should have dealt with this decades ago.
What are your thoughts on this shadowy imposter?
I think we should destroy it, if only to convince the people it can be destroyed. I'm already getting reports from citizens convinced that their neighbor or their friend is actually a shadow. Another few weeks of this, it will not end well.
The shadow took some of Zotharseal's power. If we destroy it, Zotharseal may be diminished.
I'm prepared to live with that.
You're all right with your god losing his power?
I made a vow to protect the Clockwork City and its inhabitants. If sacrifices have to be made, we should all be prepared to make them, Lord Seht included.
Can I ask you about your enhancements?
You can ask.
How do they work?
I have a crank in between my shoulder blades. One of my auxiliaries winds me up every morning before breakfast. That's a joke.
Do you even know how they work?
In the same way as every other clockwork automata. A combination of engineering and sorcery that would take a century to explain. The machinery keeps me alive. I know it's unsettling to look at, but no one ever said life in Clockwork City was fair.
How exactly did you wind up in Clockwork City?
The same as you, I wager. A combination of heroism and coincidence. I served Riemann Cyrodiil as a battle mage during the Akaviri Troubles and the Valenwood annexation.
So what happened during the battle?
Yes, I'm still not exactly sure what happened. During the Valenwood campaign, I locked staves with a wood elf spell leader named Keladith. He was deceptively powerful, wiry, quick as a skeever trap. I remember cleaving his staff with a summoned blade.
And that sent you here?
Possibly. I think he was in the midst of a translocation spell when my sword made impact. There was an explosion and a bright light. When I woke, I was splayed out in the radius. Mangled.
And Zotharseal found you?
Yes. His factotum scooped up what was left of me and brought me here. He mended my wounds and replaced what couldn't be mended with metal. I asked him why. Because one day you will shine a light, he said. And that was that.
Is he always that vague?
Always. Take my advice. If we manage to find the real Seht, don't expect him to embrace you as a friend. We're all cogs in his eyes. Valuable. Beautiful, even. But ultimately expendable. You either grow to accept that, or you turn out like Gascon.
Like Gascon?
Yes. Bitter, sullen, probably traitorous, and if I get my way, dead.
Until later.
How dare you, Kermit? Your mother wanted a better future for you.
Because a factotum with delusions of grandeur told her fortune. Do you really believe that?
She...
Looking for a forester.
Look at you, all full of fleshy bits. Not a scrap of brass on you, is there? That won't do, that will not do. I can fix you up, no bother at all. Maybe new feet. You need new feet, don't you?
No thanks. I need to track a missing person. Luciana said you might have something that can help.
A missing person? How mysterious. You wouldn't be looking for Zotharseal, would you? I hear rumors, you know. All kinds of rumors. Something about him turning into a crow. Or was it a frog? Never mind. Luciana did you a favor. I have just the thing.
Good. Can I see it?
Whoa! Cool those cogs, you twitchy rascal. This little scrap heap should do the trick. Meet Snuffler, the tracking Nyx. Keep close to Snuffler, but not too close, you know. He spooks easily, and when he spooks, someone typically gets stabbed. Just a friendly warning. Good luck!
Can you get the scent?
There he goes! I just replaced his leg springs, so try to keep up!
Combatants needed for a perilous task. Please respond for more information.
I haven't seen Sofa Seal yet. Does he ever come out?
He concerns himself with a divine metronome, beyond simple understanding of...
But shouldn't he help with that?
Oi! Wake up, Johnny! Visitors! Useless. What are you doing nosing around here with that ugly beast? Johnny and I haven't done nothing.
I'm looking for Chancellor Gascoigne. Have you seen him?
Chancellor who? Oh! You mean that brass-arsed fancy boots that came running through here? Yeah, I seen him. Dragging his silly apostle skirts behind him like a broken wheel chain. Seemed like he was in a hurry. Pretty suspicious, if you ask me.
My fabricants lost the scent. Which way did he go?
Yeah, the grease mucks up Dabricant snoots. That's why we stay down here. Wouldn't want the constable to see you. Never mind. Your man headed west. Should be some oily footprints about. Follow those tracks and you'll find your fancy boots.
Goodbye. By the dark of night, he hearkened to these words. Chancellor Gascoigne has betrayed us. If he proceeds through the ravine, capture him. Failing that, slay him. We cannot allow a servant of Zotharsiel to know our secrets, even a traitorous servant. May the shadows guide your blades.
to it. Who are you? Another one of Vile's sniveling agents. Gascoigne's gone. Now, let me return to my mistress in peace.
Did Gascoigne do this to you? Where is he?
West, in the ventral terminus. He may have killed me, but he won't last long. He sealed his fate the moment he betrayed us. There existed a covenant between your Gascoigne, Clavicus Vile, and my mistress. But he broke it. Now he will drown in blood.
We will see about that.
Night Mistress, I am coming.
Why did you mention Clavicus Vile earlier? Are his agents in the Clockwork City?
You really have no idea, do you? Daedric forces conspire in every dark corner, lurk behind every tree and stone. We spread like a plague, claiming more souls and territory with each passing hour. Sotha Seal's precious city will die at our hands.
Enough. Answer my question. Are Clavicus Vile's minions in the city?
Yes, Scarfin and others. They served their purpose, and yet they linger, confounding my mistress's plans and providing safe harbor to that toad, Gascoigne. I will say no more.
Tell me about this covenant Gascoigne made with Clavicus Vile and your mistress.
Gascoigne vowed to bring us an artifact of great power. Now, the artifact is gone. But don't worry. My mistress will wring the truth out of him soon. The Whispering Shadows will claim this artifact, and you will all die, deafened by your own screams.
Goodbye.
Who's out there? Be gone, whoever you are. I sealed the door, and it shall remain sealed for as long as necessary.
Chancellor Gascoigne, Varuni sent me to find you. We have some questions.
Questions? You think I'm foolish enough to let you in? No, this door will remain closed. I just need time to work this out, to smooth things over. Simple. Now leave me be.
What have you done? Did you make a deal with these shadow cultists?
Who I keep counsel with is none of your concern. You're just like Varuni, so uptight, so naive. If you value your life, you'll leave this place now! something, are we? Well, that rusty heap has been gathering dust for decades. You may as well just give up.
Primary functions operational.
What? What have you done?
Combat sequence operation testing protocol initiated. Engaging threat. Integrity compromised.
Did your new
Ceasing
toy
all
lie down?
functions.
What a shame. May as well give up.
Proximity sensors
I don't understand. I had to do this. You are ruining everything.
Testing protocol initiated. Responding to hostile behavior. Engaging threat.
Enough. Reroute the charge gate. Stop this thing.
again. I grew tired of this, mortal.
Talk, you horn cat buffoon! Just help me! Just follow me outside, all right? I promise I will explain everything. I know how this looks, but you have to understand. Those shadow cultists meant to slit my throat. I had to leave. My life was in danger. Don't you see that?
Start talking.
Fine. I made a bargain with Clavicus Vile. I know. Questionable. Just hear me out. All he wanted was a key. If I got it for him, he'd make me the ruler of Clockwork City. Unfortunately, someone stole the key before I could deliver it.
Who stole this key?
Some daft talking crows. After that terrible business with the Shadow, I returned to my office to think. I arrived just in time to see one of those disgusting birds make off with the artifact. I panicked and ran here to hide.
And what of the Shadow Imposter? Did you know Zothar Seal had been replaced?
On my life, I did not. I wanted to heal the city, not destroy it. If I had known, I swear I never would have gone through with it.
You endangered everyone in Clockwork City.
Yes. My methods were unconventional, I admit it. But you have to understand, I didn't do this for me. I did it for the city. Look around. Bloodthirsty fabricants, barren wastes, crumbling towers. This is all Zothar Seal's fault.
How is this Zothar Seal's fault?
He abandoned us. While he tinkers away in the Centralis, we scrape by. Eating nutriment paste and hiding from killer machines. Is that fair? Should we thank him for that? My eyes are open. The people of Clockwork City deserve better.
And you're the one to give it to them?
I thought so. Look, bartering with Clavicus Vile was unwise, I know. Offering Daedric artifacts to Dark Princes, it was a mistake. Even so, I can be a useful ally. I know our enemy better than anyone. You need me.
You sold out the city to Daedra. You don't deserve to live.
Still nothing on security coils? Where could he have gone?
He clearly fled the fortress, into the jaws of a fabricant, I hope. Thank the gears you're back.
Finally. I've been pacing a hole in the floor since you left. An engine can only idle for so long, you know. Did Luciana find you? Did you find that skeevaton Gascon?
I killed him. He sold the city out to Clavicus Vile.
Gascon is dead? Well, you left us no choice, right? Good riddance, I suppose. I'll send some reclamation drones to collect his remains. Now what's this about Clavicus Vile?
Gascon promised to deliver a key to Clavicus Vile, but Crows stole it before he had the chance.
The Clockwork City owes you a tremendous debt. Gascoigne's death was necessary to safeguard the people. Now we just have to follow the clues he left behind. Please, take this, and my thanks.
You're welcome.
Obviously, crows. Why crows?